They spent 30 years perfecting silence, and then they made it even quieter. The Lexus RX, the vehicle that defined what a luxury SUV should feel like, not just look like, feel like. The one that turned skeptics into believers and first-time buyers into lifers. For 3 decades, it's been the answer to a simple question. What does comfort sound like when you're doing 70 on the interstate? Silence. Absolute, unshakable silence. But here's what's remarkable about the 2026 model. Lexus didn't just refine the formula. They reimagined what comfort means when you've already mastered it. So the real question isn't whether the RX is still great. It's whether you're ready to experience the version of luxury you didn't know you were missing. Because this one hits different. Let's start where it matters most, the moment you close the door. That sound, that solid, vault-like thud. It's not just engineering, it's a promise. A promise that everything outside stays outside. Road noise, wind, the chaos of daily life. All of it filtered away the second that door seals shut. But the 2026 RX takes it further. Lexus added acoustic glass throughout, not just the windshield, but the side windows too. They increased sound deadening in the floor, the doors, the wheel wells. They tuned the engine mounts to absorb vibrations before they ever reach the cabin. The result? A level of quiet that makes you wonder if the engine's even running. It is. You just can't hear it. And that quietness does something to you. It lowers your heart rate. It softens your grip on the wheel. It turns a commute into a meditation and a road trip into therapy. This is what luxury actually feels like when nobody's shouting over the wind. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The ride quality. Lexus completely retuned the suspension for 2026, not to make it sportier, but to make it more serene. Adaptive dampers respond in milliseconds, smoothing out imperfections before they register in your body. Potholes vanish. Rough pavement feels polished. Even highway expansion joints, the ones that usually jolt you in your seat, get absorbed like they're nothing. It's not soft, it's refined. There's a difference. The RX doesn't float or wallow. It glides, planted, controlled, confident. You feel connected to the road without feeling every crack in it. And that balance, that effortless poise, is what separates real luxury from expensive discomfort. But would you believe what they did to the powertrain? Because this is where Lexus made a choice that'll either surprise you or make perfect sense. The RX 350 still runs a turbocharged 2.4-liter 4-cylinder, making 275 horsepower. Smooth, responsive, more than adequate for daily driving and highway merging. But the star of the lineup, the RX 500h F-Sport Performance with its turbocharged hybrid setup pushing 366 horsepower. That's supercar territory from 20 years ago in a luxury SUV. And it's not just about the numbers. It's about how that power arrives. Instant, seamless, effortless. No lag, no hesitation. Just smooth, relentless acceleration that never feels aggressive, only assured. But here's the real genius. The hybrid models, the RX 350h and 450h Plus plug-in, deliver fuel economy that makes you forget you're driving something this size. Mid to high 30s combined on the 350h, over 30 miles of electric-only range on the plug-in. You're saving money every week without sacrificing a single ounce of refinement. That's the Lexus way. Never ask you to compromise. Inside, the cabin got the kind of updates that reveal themselves slowly. The 14-inch touchscreen is standard now, crisp, intuitive, responsive, but Lexus kept the physical controls for climate and volume because some things should never require a touchscreen menu. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard. The digital gauge cluster is clean and customizable without being overwhelming. But the materials tell the real story. Soft touch surfaces everywhere your hand lands. Genuine leather that feels like it cost what it did. Stitching that's precise and purposeful. Wooden metal accents that don't scream for attention, but reward a closer look. Every surface, every texture, every detail whispers quality. The seats? Sublime. Lexus redesigned the front seats for 2026 with more contouring, better lumbar support, and improved cushioning that supports without suffocating. Heating and ventilation work faster and more effectively. The driver's seat has memory settings that actually remember your preferences. After 3 hours behind the wheel, you don't feel 3 hours older. Second row passengers get the royal treatment too. Ample legroom, reclining seatbacks on higher trims, heated seats, climate vents. It's the kind of space where your passengers stop complaining about road trips and start asking when the next one is. Quick thing, if this breakdown's helping you get a clearer picture, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Tap the bell too so you catch the next deep dive when it drops. Really does help keep these coming. Now let's talk about safety, because this is where Lexus has always led from the front. Lexus Safety System 3.0 comes standard across every RX trim. That means automatic emergency braking with pedestrian and cyclist detection, lane departure warning that's helpful, not hysterical, adaptive cruise control that maintains spacing so smoothly you forget it's even working, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert. But the standout feature, proactive driving assist. It's subtle, almost invisible, but it gently steers you away from potential hazards, slower vehicles, pedestrians, obstacles, before you even consciously register them. It's not autonomous driving, it's just thoughtful, like having a co-pilot who's always paying attention without ever backseat driving. Higher trims add a panoramic view monitor, parking assist that practically parks itself, and a heads-up display that puts critical information directly in your line of sight. No looking down, no distraction, just the road and the data you need. But here's what really matters: peace of mind. The RX has been engineered to protect. High-strength steel throughout the structure, 10 airbag standard, crumple zones designed to absorb impact energy, active safety systems that prevent accidents before they happen. It's the vehicle you trust when your kids borrow it, when your grandkids are in the back seat, when the weather turns nasty and everyone else is white-knuckling it. Because luxury isn't just leather and wood, it's knowing you're secure. Pricing for the 2026 RX starts around $50,000 for the base RX 350. Hybrid models push into the mid-$50,000. The plug-in starts near $60,000. And the performance-oriented RX 500h, low to mid-$60,000, with features that used to be exclusive to six-figure vehicles. That's not cheap. But here's the thing about a Lexus: it holds its value like few others. 5 years from now, when most luxury SUVs have depreciated into oblivion, the RX will still command serious resale numbers. 10 years from now, it'll still be running like it rolled off the lot yesterday. Lexus owners don't trade in because something broke. They trade in because they want the newest one. That's reliability you can bank on, literally. And it's backed by a dealer network that treats service like hospitality. Loaner vehicles that don't make you feel punished for needing maintenance. Service bays that finish ahead of schedule. A brand that understands loyalty is earned, not assumed. This is what separates Lexus from everyone else chasing luxury. So here we are. The 2026 RX doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't need to. It's confident enough to let the experience speak for itself. It's quieter than it has any right to be. Smoother than most cars twice its price. More efficient than you'd expect. Safer than almost anything on the road, and more reliable than competitors who can't seem to figure out why their customers keep leaving. This is the SUV for people who've earned the right to stop compromising, who've worked long enough to know the difference between expensive and valuable, who understand that luxury isn't about flash, it's about how you feel when nobody's watching. The RX makes you feel like you made the right choice, not just today, but every day for the next decade. Because at the end of it all, that's what Lexus has always understood better than anyone else. Real luxury isn't what you show off. It's what you come home to. Now, if you want to see what happens when Lexus pushes even further into performance and innovation, the next video is waiting for you on the end screen.